The last edition of the News of the World was a proud farewell that recalled 168 years of Sunday scoops. Rupert Murdoch bought the paper in 1969 and used its profits to build his vast media empire that now includes Fox News, The Wall Street Journal, and The New York Post. But this week, this scrappy tabloid was engulfed by scandal. And though it remained one of the best-selling newspapers in the English-speaking world, its name is disgraced. And the fallout has damaged politicians, the police, and the formidable Mr. Murdoch. The scandal exploded with Millie Dowler, a teenager murdered in 2002. On Monday in London, a private investigator working for the News of the World was accused of hacking into her cell phone and deleting messages, giving her family false hope that Millie was alive. Then Britain learned the News of the World may have preyed on military families too.
And he's holding an Afghan army sniper rifle.
Tony Phillipson's son, James, was killed in action in Afghanistan, and he now believes James's Hotmail was hacked by News of the World.
Yeah, it is. It's upsetting.
Prime Minister David Cameron kicked off the damage control.
Murder victims, terrorist victims, families who've lost loved ones, sometimes defending our country, that these people could have had their phones hacked into in order to generate stories for a newspaper is simply disgusting.
The Prime Minister was feeling vulnerable. He'd hired a former News of the World editor as his communications advisor. By the end of the week, Andy Coulson had been arrested along with two other men, and the police themselves were facing investigation for taking payoffs.
2, 4, 6, 8! Don't let Murdoch dominate!
But the real fury focused on Rupert Murdoch and the power he wields through his stable of influential British papers. Teenager Millie Dowler's family lawyer is Mark Lewis.
In fact, what we had in this country was a form of Murdocracy, that people were scared of what the newspapers could do to them and how the newspapers could influence elections.
Suddenly, politicians who had felt bullied by Murdoch smelled blood. Simon Hoggart is a political columnist for The Guardian.
You've got him under attack from all sides in Parliament. I've never heard members of Parliament being as vicious and ferocious, filled with hatred against one man.
That man, Rupert Murdoch, had planned to expand into UK television by taking over a multi-billion-dollar satellite operation. But for the deal to go through, regulators will have to judge the new owner, quote, fit and proper. And at the moment, there's doubt he'd pass the test. The News of the World employees put on brave faces as they left their building for the last time last night. Their future is uncertain, and so is Rupert Murdoch's.